Having intervened on behalf of Trini and her child, the group battled with the Inquisitor and his guards. After missing most of the initial attacks, the combat began in earnest when Cordelia made first contact with the enemy, and Lesya soon discovered the power of her magic mug's explosive might. Once their enemies were dispatched, Ace noticed more guards on the way and warned the others. Cordelia told Trini to come with them as they escaped out the back, where the party quickly dissolved into squabbles over parting ways or moving together. The world around them dissolved into pink and purple mist, creating images of each of them. Ace's body cycled through the forms of different beasts. Lesya vibrated and reverberated with song. Zero became abstract and confusing to look upon. Cordelia was surrounded by books as a third eye opened in her forehead, and Corvillious was surrounded by machinations of possibility. Finally, they saw an adult Corson, kind and strong, pulling them together with a feeling of family. The voice from their dreams returned, stating, "As a single thread you are weak, but woven into a cord you are unbreakable." Given the push they needed, the party slipped into the steel factory, where Ace discovered he could pull the shadows around them to mask their movements. Having made their escape, they must decide what their next move will be.
So you have those options to you. You can either go to Corvillius' shop, or you can go see what you can get with Ace and his contacts.
So on the one hand, I kind of want to see what's in Corvillius' shop, because it sounds like cool stuff. On the other hand, it's pretty hard for the criminal to run away if we're at his house.
The question is if they know all of our faces or just one.
Just one.
Let's go to Corvillius' place.
If you guys want to, I have a bunch of places, but we don't have to. It's an option, though. I know they're safe.
We also might need them later.
That is fair, and they still will be there later, so we can go whenever.
Quite frankly, I don't care where we go. The only person they're currently looking for is Ace.
That's true.
Yeah.
And,
That's nothing new, though.
I don't believe you've, frequented the district where Corvillius and I tend to be.
Yes, and if we head back to my shop, I can pick up my equipment.
Yes.
That is fair. But also, just because you've never seen me doesn't mean I don't frequent it, and I just start walking. Which way do we go?
That's not ominous at all.
Feel whatever you're gonna feel,
I
and I just keep going.
Onward,
Unsettled.
you point. Corvillius starts walking the other way, so you turn
Oh,
your point.
the other way! Let's go.
Yeah.
The shop is this way.
We
Let's
follow
go.
and pass without a trace is up.
Alright, so I just need a stealth check from everyone. And you get to add your 10 to it.
And it's a damn good
Ooh.
thing, too.
Wow.
Yeah, really.
27.
27.
17.
21.
17.
23.
15.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that'll average out to being higher than any passive of any guard or inquisitor. So you
You're
guys
welcome.
slip yourselves into the crowds, you move through them, and eventually make your way to Corvillius' shop. Yeah, so it's this big sign that says Pickle Whip Toys,
It's
and there's a
definitely got
picture of a
dildos.
pickle and a whip.
It sounds like a fucking sex shop.
Dildo story!
Oh my god.
Are you what kind of toys do you make?
And Corvillius, you're looking at this sign.
A pickle and a whip? Oh, boy.
Yeah, you're looking at this sign and you're like, huh.
Oh no.
You know, they keep bringing up dildos. Now I think I know why I'm not getting many kids in here.
You know, a lot of stuff suddenly makes sense.
I'm sure it does.
Well, maybe tomorrow. So I open the door and I go inside.
Dingle-dingling!
Yeah, you realize that you never changed the open and close sign, and it didn't matter.
Oh.
Damn.
And, we follow him inside.
So you guys are in the toy shop, and what do you see?
I see a shiny, crystalline orb with many bright dancing lights in it.
So as you walk into the shop, You see a lot of... You do see in the front there's a bunch of like little toys, like kids' toys.
Little clockwork toys.
Got like little clockwork toys. Some like wooden those little wooden slingshots.
Wooden swords.
Yeah, a couple wooden swords. One very real short sword that is not made of wood. And then I lead you over into the back area.
Oh, the back room.
Where you have your workbench, I imagine, with things that you've been working on.
Pretty much like I'm literally just looking around. I look under like a sheet or two.
So you're just poking through some of the sheets, finding toys. You have that one little crystal there that Sara described. The lights kind of shimmering, which is impressive because magic doesn't really work in this world, so that is all mechanical.
Yeah!
Woo!
Oh yes, this is where I build my new toys and like new inventions.
Oh, your new toys, huh?
Yeah, they tend to turn out a lot more dangerous than they're supposed to.
Really? How so?
He like lifts the glass dome off, and you see there's a candle inside, and just a mechanically spinning bunch of mirrors that are just dyed different colors.
Whoa!
That's
Cool.
Look, and I turn
Impressive.
that on, and it's like this one's a lot safer, and it's just a disco ball, like a different colored like lights shining out off the mirrors.
Whoa.
Impressive.
There's no candle in that one, so there's no fire hazard.
Yeah. And if you look
impressive.
over in the corner, there's a blackened area where several explosions have happened. Like just charred wood all over in the corner.
Oh.
And this is where Corvillious also realizes it's probably not good for his brain that he keeps burning down his buildings and having to move every couple of months.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Never thought of that. Price of doing business. Anyway.
I forgot, Trini is standing there holding the baby, kind of looking around like,
It's a baby, it's fine.
Well, no, she's holding
The-
her baby, and she's kind of like, what? I don't know what's going on.
Well, we want to ask her why they're after her baby.
Well, we sort of have that.
Yeah. So I
You know
I clear
why.
out an area.
Why?
You?
Trini, like, looking at you, why? I don't know what's going on. She wasn't part of the vision.
How do I explain this?
Because like Lesya would like we.
You guys had that vision,
It wasn't
remember?
the kid, right? It was like
we
a
saw
grown-er-
we saw him grown up. Is
Well,
what
we
we
saw
saw.
somebody grown up. I don't know that I would necessarily be able to make the connection between this rando grown-up person and the baby. That's what I'm saying.
Could
have-
I
have no
make an intelligence check to make sure that I'm on the right track with this? Perhaps
Make a religion check.
religion check. Connecting that the feeling that we got when we got close to the baby with how we felt with the individual in the vision. Okay. Religion is it's a +6, so that's a 19.
A 19, you do remember you have seen stories of the old gods. They're not common. They're not something that is available to the public, but because you work in the library itself, you have found texts that talk about them, the false gods of the past, one of which is the god of emotion, one who could control and sway the emotion of others. And the image you saw in the vision fits the god of emotion.
And connecting that, how we felt with that god of emotion with how we feel just the calmness from the child.
The calmness
Or
is
the
coming from
happiness.
child,
I believe, I could be mistaken, of course. Your child might have the soul of one of the old gods, the god of emotion.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
I laugh.
Trust me, I understand your feelings.
Okay, 18.
18. She's kind of looking at you like, but those gods aren't real. They were never real. How? I don't understand. Like, she's not laughing in your face. And that's pretty much what your role was. She's not laughing in your face. But she's very confused.
Trust me.
Why else would, like, can you think of any other reason that they would be coming after your baby? Like, it's not the kid of some lord or...
No, my husband worked on the ships, taking refuse out of the city. He hasn't come back. Not for a while, but...
And didn't they say they were going after you as well, Zero?
Because he showed power. He showed power that we've never seen before.
Oh, the fire fingers?
Yes.
I mean, I do that all the time.
I was gonna say, I thought that was just like a
I feel
trick.
like that's different with you.
And I pull out a little, ball and like turn a key and just fire erupts at the wall.
I was going to say, there's a baby right here.
Whoosh! You all just feel this rush of elation when it happens, and the baby just... clapping little baby fingers.
Ace wasn't really paying attention that closely to the gnome, and then he feels the fire at the back of his neck, and he just drops.
You do that, but at the same time, you just feel excitement rush through your chest. Like happy excitement.
I like this baby.
This baby's
See, like the baby now.
That kind of emotion right there. That rush. That's not normal.
I mean, that was pretty cool.
It feels really great, but that's not normal. It's most consistent with what I've read with about the god of emotion.
So, are you saying that Firefingers is maybe like this baby? And is
yes.
the god of flambe?
Not of flambe, not necessarily.
Is there a god of flambe? Because that would be cool.
There is a god of fire, yes. But that's not what... When we had that vision, we saw around Zero, we saw that confusion, the color, the sound, everything was abstract and almost hurt to look at him.
It did.
It was like chaos.
Huh. So... And I just look at the mug.
I like the sound of that.
I go over to a corner and like I open up a cabinet and I just start pulling stuff out, throwing it behind me.
Bryan, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Do they actually know my name? Because I don't think I've ever...
No, you haven't actually shared your name with any of us.
Okay, just...
And none of us have asked.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I mean...
We almost fought, but nobody asked.
Are you still covered in shit? Oh yeah, by the way, my shower's over there. Please use it.
And...
Thank you. And I literally, without even a second glance, I go straight to the shower just to actually clean up.
The water coming out is hot.
It's been a while since I've had a warm shower.
Oh, and that reminds me. Do not push that little button on the side.
Why?
Push that button!
Do you push the button?
Don't!
Push that button!
If he tells you not to, don't.
Well, if it was me, I wouldn't do it, but since it's him, push that button.
In my head, I'm just like, it's next to the shower, so...
How bad
What's
could
the
it
worst
be?
that could happen? He can't set me on fire in the shower.
Yeah, pretty much.
Think that.
I'm just going to clean myself first.
Okay.
And then after the shower, I press the button and dash.
Alright, you press the button. So it's just labeled BDT, and you're not quite sure what that means, but as soon as you press it, there's a jet of water that comes from the bottom right up your ass. A little too strong, too.
Ooh. Ow.
Well, he's moving, so I assume it would, like, lift him up a little bit, too.
He launches out of the bathroom, just a spray of water coming out of his ass. Or at least that's what it looks like, because it's actually going into his ass.
I'm next.
Wait a minute.
It's a bidet, JJ.
No, I'm saying she said I'm
That's
next.
a little
like, wait
too
a minute.
powerful of a bidet.
It's like the goofy scream. Woo-hoo-hoo-wee!
I'm still working on that one.
You might want to turn down the pressure.
Yeah. So I finally... here it is, finally. And I pull out a bag, and I put that on my on like my belt. It just like a little bag.
A satchel.
A satchel.
Yes. Finally, I needed all this. And I just start reaching into it, and I start pulling some things out. And I reach my arm all the way up to the elbow into the bag. And I just start pulling, and I pull out, like, a crossbow, for example.
It's that scene from Mary Poppins. He just starts pulling things out of this bag that should not be able to fit in there.
Cool.
Witchcraft.
Sorcery! You draw your sword and the towel falls.
You know, I don't even know your name, but I've already seen you naked twice.
You say this
What?
like this is not normal.
I grab.
It's not. Not
Oh.
from where I'm from, anyway.
I
What?
guess.
As she's just like covering her, you know, like so she's not looking at him.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is your name?
You can call me Ace.
Ace.
Everyone else
Pleasure to meet
does.
you.
Pleasure to meet you too.
Do they call you
Obviously,
that with or without your clothes on?
Both. And I just pick up the towel.
Ah, here we go. And I throw you a set of clothes from in the bag. Here, put this on.
Alright, I thank him and I put the clothes on. Obviously, like, I'm covering myself after the towel dropped just because that wasn't his goal to just let it all hang out.
You have studded leather armor, right?
Yeah, studded leather.
You now have a +1 studded leather armor.
Oh, shit. Boom.
Artificers, man.
Yes,
Artificers.
Fuck.
That's some lemon and baking soda action right there.
Yeah, damn.
I don't think there were any Oh, no, I have some lemons. Here you go. You did keep talking about
He's
lemons.
pulling the shit out of the bag.
Here you go. You wanted these?
Well, not me, him, so we can clean some of the.
Oh right, yes, we were
Shit.
talking about how
Oh,
to
yeah,
clean
yeah.
his.
And I throw lemons at you.
Trini's just kind of standing there holding the baby, and she's like, there's the matter of you think gods and babies, and she's like watching you guys do this shtick. It's kind of like, my baby, inquisitors killing, you think gods that don't exist are involved?
Surprisingly, yes, I do.
I also look at her and go, trust me, I understand it's hard to accept, but either way, they want your baby dead, so the reason should be irrelevant at this point.
She just kind of looks at you when you say that. She goes pale.
Oh.
We need to find somewhere safe for you and Corson.
So you think that Firefingers and I guess his baby are some kind of spirits? Gods? Reborn gods?
Gods? Yes.
Once again, I should probably point out the whole fire hand thing that's something that's natural to me as I roll my sleeves up to show the crystals in my arm.
Okay, crystals in your arm does not mean it's natural.
To me, it's natural.
You have
To me,
crystals
it's
in your
natural.
arm.
Was that normal for him before it was revealed he was a god?
Remind me, Zero a human?
No, there's an
Genasi.
Genasi, okay.
Why do you have those crystals in your arms?
part of when I was born.
That's not
You were born
normal.
with them? Or you've had them
Yes.
since, like, they were put in? Okay.
Had them since birth. Genasis can have crystals inside them.
Oh, cool.
I did not know that.
Well, Genasis are weird.
Genasis are also elementals.
They're also very uncommon considering magic in this world is severed, so...
So you think that this mug has a god in it?
No, darling. I
I don't know. Let me take a look.
I was going to say, I think you
Well,
might be.
we're making a lot of assumptions that we're gods here.
We are.
Do you let me take a look at the mug?
Yeah, okay.
Huh. Well, let me see.
Matt, make an investigation check.
I'm good at many things, but I don't think
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
a god.
Yeah, me neither. It's more likely the mug. I trust the mug.
Investigation.
I believe the mug's better than us being gods before anything else.
It feels very presumptuous.
17.
It's a mug.
Can I make it not just a mug?
You can make it not just a mug.
No, my mug!
Huh. It seems to be just a mug, but I mean, if I did this, I could. You want me? You want me to take a look
And
at
I'm like
it?
reaching out. I'll take it back just in case.
Oh.
It feels very presumptuous to think that we might be gods
But
or
I mean,
have their
if we
souls,
attach
but
this to the bottom, it could.
you can't deny what's happened. The
True.
Not
the
denying
dreams,
it
the visions, the Inquisitor saying that. I gesture to Zero, saying that you were like Corson, and we were brought together. We were brought together for a reason.
I will say that
happened. I just assumed I
this
drank too much
all
the night before.
the situation is weird, but I don't know. Obviously, like, we're all on the run at this point, so
You're on
I
I
mean,
mean, well, you are.
Well,
I
once
think you're
again,
the one on the run here.
semantics.
It's a little bit more than semantics.
Well, actually, I think she is too.
I might be partially on the run, but
Remember, you punched a guard.
Me? I did not punch him, I hit him with a mace. There's a difference.
I didn't punch
Very
him. I
fine line
brutalized
there.
him with a bludgeoning weapon. There's a difference.
And now I look at her and I go, semantics.
I would also like to point out that that guard is
Me,
dead.
I missed.
the difference is that guard is dead, and they didn't see our faces. They only saw Ace's.
Hmm.
Oh
Regardless, I do think we need to do some investigation once we figure out a safer location for us.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna say, I don't know here or there from gods or whatever, but I do agree that we should stick together and, like, we can't just let poor Trini and little chill out baby over here, we can't just let them, like, fend for themselves. That's not right.
If the Lord of this was the Lord or King, is that Lord or King Bryan?
There's a king here, but there's also the council.
But the King is the one that wanted the baby dead, right?
It was by the king's orders, but
If the council's
That's all you
hunting the
know.
baby, if the council's hunting the baby, then I wholeheartedly agree. I will help make sure that these two remain safe.
do a quick insight check there, Zero.
21. Oh, 21.
21. 21 will get you that the king might give the orders, but a lot of times you get the feeling the council makes the calls the shots.
Yeah. If the council wants the baby dead, then I will wholeheartedly agree and help protect these two. Not big fan. Not exactly on good terms with the council.
I usually don't stick my neck out, but I can't see a baby die.
Trini's eyes are very wide at this point. You're having a very candid conversation about people murdering her son right in front of her.
He's being point blank. Like, this is like, he's seen some
We have
shit,
insinuated
so...
that he is possibly a reborn god, and that people are after him to kill him. Of course, it's going to be
We haven't insinuated that. You've insinuated that, but
You've insinuated that he's
yes,
the
I
reborn
have.
god, a false god, and that the true church is trying to kill him because people think he's a god.
Mm-hmm.
Well, regardless of whether or not it's true, the church is gonna try and do.
The church will still be after
Yeah,
him,
so-
whether or not it's true.
I'm
with the
gonna.
Inquisitor dead, I should also be relatively safe now too, considering that he considers me like the baby for some strange reason.
It's
I see
not
the
such a
resemblance.
strange reason.
Well, the baby's clearly human, and I'm clearly an
I'm-
Genasi.
That's
Wow,
not the
Genasis clearly
point.
also don't have a sense of humor. I turned to Trini and I'm like, look, I know it's been a long, rough day, but we're all gonna help keep you safe. You and your very
Course.
adorable baby.
Mhm.
Thank you. Make a persuasion check.
Oh, make me roll for being a nice person.
Well, it's less you being a nice person, more how you come across to her.
As a doof, probably. 7!
Oh.
So she's kind of nodding. Actually, let me roll for her, rather than just
lower.
So she kind of nods. She's like smiles and nods. Like okay, and she turns towards Cordelia with the eyes of help.
We are going to help keep you safe. That's for certain. Breathe. That's what you need to do right now.
All of you feel this wave of like relaxation go through you,
Thank you, Corson.
and then just hear, and he just start. He's like unconscious.
The baby?
The baby.
He calmed himself to sleep.
That's funny.
So it is getting on in the evening. The sun has dipped down. You guys never really see the sun. There's just a constant haze in the air. So it's like the orange glow in the sky is gone.
Oh, also, we should probably, could use a rest.
Yes.
You guys have plenty of time to take a short rest if that's what you're aiming for.
Probably, yeah.
A short rest would be useful.
My question as the dungeon master is, how do you plan to figure out stuff moving forward?
That is a good question.
I mean, if I've read stuff about the gods, I could probably access that at the library, right?
You should be able to get more information at the library. However, the area that you would need to get information from isn't your area. You just came across things. Make an intelligence check to see if you know where you need to go.
19.
19, you would know that there is a gnomish librarian and Grand Master of Lore named Winston Babelwoke.
Winston Babelwoke.
He would be the one... He's not a priest, but he knows the story of the gods better than anyone.
Would I know where to find him?
He would be in the Tower of Mechanus, the same place where you work.
Oh, okay.
He would probably be near ground level where the church actually is. So you're like a district out from where it is, because it's basically like the major district where the castle and the temple and the council is. That's the district of finance. The district of labor is where most of the stores are, where the markets, the factories, the cannery, the docks. And then there's the district of miscreants, which is the seedier side of town that Ace would probably be most familiar with, as well as Zero.
So I think the next day we should, or when we get a chance, we should go and see Mr. Babelwoke. Because he might potentially have more information for us.
Go to the library.
I do want to go to the library, but he knows more.
Why don't we have some people go talk to the guy, and why don't we have the librarian go to the library to talk to the other librarian?
Wait, what's the other guy?
Wasn't there a guy, or wasn't there a gnomish
No.
librarian, or are they the same person?
The
same
gnomish
person.
librarian is the guy in the library.
Oh, I thought he was like a priest something.
No, I said he's not a priest.
Oh.
But he has a lot of information about the gods, because
Oh.
his area of study is he's a lore master. Yeah, he doesn't... I mean, of course he worships the gods,
Of course.
but he's not in the priesthood.
Okay.
Mhm.
Got it.
He's kind of like a professor of theology.
Alright, maybe we should let's go see this guy.
Would he still be there, you think?
You keep quarters at the library, so he might as well.
Okay, so maybe we could go to my place, I suppose.
Imagine living at work.
Your place is a room with a bed and a chamber pot and a small writing desk and a wash basin.
I may want to, unless you guys think it's a bad idea, that I may check some of my contacts to see how badly we're screwed and how in trouble, how in trouble I am. Because...
Or at least what the guards know or think, what they're
Yeah,
looking
that's
for.
not a bad idea.
Yeah, so I will definitely,
Figure out why they're looking for the baby
Or
and Sparkle Fingers.
I
Okay.
I know the area very well, but if that would make you guys feel better, I am willing to tag along.
You having support would make us feel better if you are planning on going and checking things out.
Fair. So who's going with me?
I'll follow along Ace if that's what y'all guys would be comfortable with.
I'm fine. How well do you know the District of Miscreants?
I'm fairly well versed in the District of Miscreants.
Alright, so just don't want anything to happen because people get robbed all the time, so sometimes we have to be careful. But basically I look at my hands, I'm like, but now I'm not so worried.
Neither way.
Alright, so basically I go out the door, look left, look right, pass without a trace, and I look at him, I'm like, well, try to keep up, and I dash.
So you do know if I dash, I actually get ahead of him, right?
Well, I don't know you're a monk.
You start moving really quickly, and he's just like right next to you, not even like breathing heavy.
Well,
and the two of you vanish into the darkness, slipping into the District of Miscreants. So they slip off, and I would say you're like, all right, well, let me just get my tools together and everything. And as you touch something, you feel a little ripple from your hand, and you fight it for a second, and then you just kind of let it go because it reminds you of when you fixed the fire extinguisher earlier that day.
Oh, yeah.
And just a ripple from your hand goes up to a wall, and a door just appears.
Huh. I open the door.
And you open the door to a workshop. It looks a lot like the one you have, except better stocked.
Not blown up.
Yeah. I look inside.
You look inside. Make an intelligence check.
Did I have this here? Probably. I probably forgot about it. Intelligence? 17.
17. Alright, so you're looking around and you realize something. The workshop tables, the tools, the walls, they're all metal. Nothing in front of you is flammable.
Woo!
Did I build this?
Built it in his
We
sleep.
saw the door appear.
Yeah, no, you hear me. I'm inside and I'm saying that out loud. Oh, did I? I must have built this. Huh, wonder when I did that.
Oh my god, he's a madman and an idiot. Alright.
Look, I build a lot of things. I can't be expected to remember all of them.
I think at this point, while you're exploring your nice little sanctum there, we're going to turn our attention to Zero and Ace. You guys make your way stealthily into the Miscreant District. So you guys know your way around pretty well. There are 3 major locales in the district. Beggar's Row is where people beg and steal and attempt to eke out some kind of living, or at least keep living. They attract the scorn of workers and rulers alike. They seem like they're too lazy to work, even if they're crippled. They're the dregs of society, and these people often turn to crime. They'll sell out a friend, they'll give information, they'll stick a dagger in your back. These people will turn on you in a heartbeat.
So we're not going there.
There's Desperation Alley, where these are the people that are still capable of working, so it's pretty much where you find your red light district, your drugs, your swords for hire, I guess we would put it here. You can find muscle here. Life expectancy is short.
Zero is very familiar with that spot.
Yeah, Zero probably took some of those jobs. And the other place that you guys know fairly well in this area is a shop that kind of sits between the two, called the Sleeper's Kiss.
Oh, okay.
It is an alchemist shop.
I'm gonna assume I know the owner fairly well.
She is an older woman, and no one messes with her.
Nice.
She goes by the name Esmeralda.
I'm trying to think where is gonna be the best place to get information about the guards.
Is there like a crime lord or a crime boss?
You're a criminal. You have contacts.
No, I know. I guess I'll... Fuck it, yeah.
Give me the name of your contact.
Slippery Pete.
Slippery Pete. You know Slippery Pete. He works down in Desperation Alley at a brothel. What should we name this?
The brothel?
The brothel, yeah.
Yeah, Desperation Alley is not very clever. They're kind of just like,
The Withered
yeah,
Pearl.
this is what we got.
The Withered Pearl. I love it. All right. So Slippery Pete works down at the Withered Pearl.
What is to repeat the owner?
No, he is not. He's a patron.
But he works there?
No, he hangs out
That's
there.
where you can find him
That's
most
where
times.
That's where you can find yourself a little Slippery Pete.
Yeah.
You can find him at the Withered Pearl. You can find him in the Withered Pearl. You can also find him at the Withered Pearl.
Stop.
All right, so I look at
Poor women.
I look at Zero and I'm like, we're heading to the Slippery Pearl, and then I just dash
No!
down another
Withered
alley.
Pearl! Withered Pearl!
You probably need
Withered
Withered
Pearl. I'm combining two things. Shit. Withered Pearl. We're heading to the
Let's
Withered
get it
You
clear.
Pearl.
Say it again.
Zero. You probably mean Withered Pearl, but
Yes.
I like this plan already.
I feel like the Slippery Pearl would be higher up than the Withered Pearl would be.
Yeah, the Slippery Pearl is where the good prostitutes work.
No. That's where the okay prostitutes work.
Alright, that's fair. No, that's fair.
I also look at Zero. Do you know Slippery Pete?
Perhaps.
Do you know Withered Pete?
Oh, I know Withered Pete. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, I killed him.
Pete's in this part of that.
Oh, that's what happened to him. Oh well.
Yeah. All right, so we go to the Withered Pearl.
You go to the Withered Pearl, you step inside. Now, this place is not well lit. And you've been here before, Ace. You know why.
No, yeah.
There is not a single prostitute in there that is anywhere near her prime. They're probably all... There's a reason it's called Withered. They are very old.
Oh.
They're like graying, wrinkled, and life has been hard on them.
But Brian, I will say this: I am nice to everyone, every prostitute in there because they sometimes have the best salsa.
too. Don't worry about that.
Maybe I'll catch you next time. But has anyone seen Slippery Pete?
And you see Slippery Pete. He's this little halfling in the back, and he's got two of these really wrinkled women just on his lap, and he's loving every second of it.
Are they full size or halfling as well?
Oh, they're human. They're
okay,
human.
making sure.
Yep. You just see his little hairy feet sticking out at the bottom.
I walk over, and I'm just like, do I see a friend of mine?
I don't know. Where you looking?
I really like
Good
this guy.
to see you, Ace.
Nice to see you too, Pete.
Yeah, it's just Pete right now. I'm gonna get slippery later, aren't we, ladies?
Alright, this is my friend Zero.
Hey, I think I've seen you around. Not many types around here.
So I basically
Right
look
there.
at him, and how much? I'm like, I could use some information if you got a couple minutes. I know, I see you're busy, and I would hate to interrupt, but it's kind of important.
Yeah, I got these lovely ladies all night, so what do you need, Soy?
I may have rubbed a guard the wrong way. Just curious.
I mean, you could pay to get him rubbed the right way, and you won't have any problems with them.
This is true, but
That would be the case if they weren't dead.
You really rubbed them out even.
Pretty much, I might have accidentally killed an Inquisitor.
Oh.
Well, you didn't kill him.
Shit. You see him like wave the women off. They kind of look at each other, and they step away, and he like, come on, sit down.
Alright, I sit down.
Killed an Inquisitor?
In all fairness, I went for a non-lethal, but literally some sort of magic crazy fire knocked him out the building, so I didn't get a chance to check whether he's alive or dead. But if he's alive, he's gonna be pissed. If he's dead, the city's gonna be pissed.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about a dead Inquisitor, but this only happened a couple hours ago and may not have trickled through the grapevine yet. Shit, there's only one person that I could think of that would have the information you'd be looking for.
Alright.
You making fun of my accent over there?
What? No, I'm not even there.
Good. I'm a little gangster halfling. I get to do whatever I want here. You're gonna have to talk to Gaston Lagrange.
Gaston.
Go ahead and make a history check, both of you.
10.
That's a 6 for me.
Alright, so both of you have kind of heard the name before, but you just kind of he's like, you need to talk to Gaston Lagrange, and he's like expectantly waiting, and the both of you just kind of look at each other like, who?
Just for argument's sake, pretend we don't know who that is.
How have you lived in the... Okay. Gaston Lagrange is probably the greatest thief who's ever lived in Rodin. Maybe the greatest thief who's ever lived. In fact, he's like 800 years old. He's an elf. They live a long time.
Right.
So he's been robbing before this city was a city. He ran the underground here before, the gods of progress and their church took over. He decided when that happened it was time to retire. So he's down in the sewers. I can draw you a crudely drawn map and get you in the right vicinity. You can talk to him, see what you can get from him. But that's the end of my involvement in here. If you killed an Inquisitor, I don't want to know.
Don't worry, your name will not leave my lips, besides this conversation.
Because you don't know it.
It was Withered Pete down at the Slippery Pearl, I swear!
I mean, Withered Pete is a whole other person.
Yeah.
Some poor
Pete's
old
dead.
guy who's just throwing copper at strippers gets dragged off. What did I do? You're coming with us, Withered Pete? I don't know what's going on!
Poor Wither Pete.
Okay, Brian, how much is it for usually, a night with one of the girls? I'd probably know the information. I've never done it, but I would probably at
It would
least know the
probably be about 5 silver.
5 silver? Okay, so basically I take a gold, I basically put it in his hand, I'm like, the next couple nights are on me, and I just walk away.
No, he's looking at it when you put it in his hand like, holy shit, where'd you get this? Because everyone is poor, so you just handed him a lot of money, in his opinion.
Oh, no, I know, so... And that's why pretty much I treat my friends well, as long as they treat me well, and you never saw me.
He pockets the gold and goes, I never saw you. I never heard nothing. Girls! And he just kind of gets up and wanders over to them.
He's gonna have such a nice night. And the ladies are all gonna get tipped well.
Did he give Ace the map before he went
Yeah,
off
he
with his...
would have handed off the
His
map.
crudely drawn map.
Yeah, he'd be drawing it as he was talking to you, explaining what was going on. He
I
just
love that
sketches
he
it out.
called it a crudely drawn map.
You look at it, you look at it, you turn it sideways, you turn it upside down, you turn it right back up, and you're like, eh.
Does it
And
say...
the two of you make...
Does it
We have a
look
general
like where we have, an entrance point, the best entrance point, and
Yeah, you kind of get a general idea of where you're going.
Okay,
Well, in this case, you guys find your entry point, you start moving your way into the tunnels, the sewers below the city, and zoop back across town to the other 3 who are currently making their way into the finance district.
Thank you for joining us for this special edition of the Reliably Chaotic podcast. Rebirth is an original Dungeons & Dragons adventure written by Bryan Scharf, using the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition rules set published by Wizards of the Coast and the God's Fall rulebook created by Aram Vartian of the God's Fall podcast. You can find Aram on Twitter at Vartian, Vartian, or by going to godsfall.com. My name is Bryan Scharf, and I've been your DM. You can reach me at ReliableDM on Twitter.
My name is Nicole Summers, and I played Cordelia, Patience Gunn.
This is Jair, also known as JJ, and I play the character of Zero.
Hey, this is Sara, and I play Lesya.
This is Matthew Reed, and I play Corvillious Picklewhip.
hello, my name is Andrew Brown, and I play Ace.
The theme for this episode, Beyond the Known, was composed by Varansky and made available by neosounds.com. All other music by Kevin MacLeod on the Incompetech website and Adrian von Ziegler. Detailed information on music in this episode is provided in its description. Music for this episode was selected by Nicole Summers, and the episode was edited by Matthew Reed. Contact us on Twitter at Reliably Chaotic, email us at reliablychaotic@gmail.com, or join our Discord server by following the link in the episode description below. If you like us and want to support our show, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/reliablychaotic, or by leaving a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. Thank you for listening, and we hope to see you again in our next adventure.